If you ever listen to him on the radio. But Neil Rapp, WB9 VPG, is from Union, Kentucky. Earned his novice ticket in 1976 at the remarkable age of 5, making him one of the youngest licensed amateur radio operators ever. Currently, he's a visiting professor of chemistry at Xavier University. That's in Cincinnati, Ohio. Neil has a rich history in education. He previously taught high school chemistry and sponsored the Amateur Radio Club for 28 years at Evansville, Indiana, Harrison, and Bloomington, Indiana High School South. During his tenure, he introduced over 3,600 students to amateur radio in STEM classrooms, and Bloomington South consistently excelled in the high school division of School Club Roundup. In 2019, Neil co-founded and became the camp director of what we call YODA, Youth on the Air, and which connects young amateurs with peers through activities that encourage their continued involvement in amateur radio. YODA groups organize peer-led activities such as summer camps, contesting opportunities, and special events for licensed amateur radio operators under the age of 26. Neil's contributions to the amateur radio community extend even further. He's a contributing editor of the Next Gen Contesters column in the National Contest Journal, a member of the ARISS USA, ARIS, I guess I can call it that, ARIS USA Education Committee, a reporter and anchor for Amateur Radio Newsline, and the founder and former host of the Ham Talk Live webcast. I mean, that's a lot of stuff to do, and it's varied. And working with what he's doing, he keeps taking that YODA to new limits every year. And it's truly amazing. And he puts his whole heart, his whole soul in it. And he really has for many years. And I've never seen him. He might get frustrated now and then, but actually, I don't think any of us ever see that. Oh. Okay. His wife is back there, almost like a bobblehead. But for us, he just keeps on pushing. He keeps on making a difference in amateur radio. Yeah, I know, like all of us, if we're leaders in what we do, there's a lot of frustrations. People can push back at you. You come back and you say, why in the world am I involved in this? I don't want to deal with this anymore. These people don't get me, or this isn't good, or I'm frustrated with this. And Neil just has made it happen, continually makes that happen. And I can imagine dealing with kids. Oh my goodness. I imagine it's not just kids, it's the kids' parents. And all the things you got to work with. Am I right on that? Yeah.
You're spot on.
And I've been on his Ham Talk program a few times. I was on it just a week ago, or was it about a week ago? Maybe.
It seems like it was Wednesday.
Oh. That's been almost a week. And he does that. But usually when he does those, he has everything scripted out, written, and he goes over it with me. This is how it's going to be. And instead of kind of a rambling YouTube program that goes on, well, I got up this morning and I got on the 20 meters was kind of dead, and I jumped up. What do you think, Phil? What was it like? And you've seen those kind of YouTubes, and I just kind of, I'm past it. I love amateur radio YouTubes, and we're getting so much better with it. But not only does he do those YouTubes, which has got to be a lot of work. Have any of you here made YouTubes or presentations for that? Yeah, Jeremy, that's hard work, isn't it? And not only does he do that, then he does all this stuff with the kids, and he's calling people on the phone. Well, guess what? It costs a lot of money to send these kids to Nova Scotia, Timbuktu, and all the different places that they go to. It does. And so he's calling people. I hate to bother you, but I need this to happen. Can you help me with it? He's relentless with that, but that's what it takes, to get good funding. Now, I know he wants to say a few words, and I think all of you know him and know his reputation, and we are really honored, truly honored, to give him the Amateur of the Year award. Very deserved.